Welcome, friends, to Bears Game Podcast. This is Victor coming to you with some breaking news. Nate Davis has been let go. He has been cut from the team. Offensive lineman Nate Davis is gone. So that's the second big move in 2 days. They're making some changes to the offense. Big shakeups needed. Matt Eberflus, as we speak, is still head coach. Personally, we all know they have been chanting the loss from the Patriots last Sunday. The stadium was on fire, chanting, Eberflus must go, must resign. Fire Flus, fire Flus, that was the chant. It's everywhere. You could probably say if the fans are split about certain things, the majority of everyone believes that Eberflus is definitely not the answer. He should go. I think he should go. I think he's terrible. This is going to be his third offensive coordinator, Eberflus. Why is it that when Lovie Smith had 10 wins and 6 losses, he was fired? This man has not had one season with a 10. I get it. We're in a rebuild. Totally understandable. What's going on this year is unique, which was what inspired me to make this channel. We have a number 1 pick that we've actually drafted, the number 1 pick in the draft. We haven't done that in, God knows how long. And so the situation is unique. We failed on 2 quarterbacks that we traded up for, 2 in a row. Now this is the 3rd time. Caleb Williams is not looking good. He is looking regressed. So what's the solutions? Number 1, they replaced Shane Waldron was fired yesterday. And we have now Thomas Brown, who was I can't remember, forgive me, his position. He was on the offensive lines coach, I believe. Thomas Brown is now the new offensive play caller. What Matt Eberflus needs to do is get himself a defensive coordinator right away so he can be in the room with the new offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown, and helping Caleb Williams out. Now, some of you may already sail the ship on Caleb because of what you've seen in college or what you've seen now. That is fair. We saw same mistakes with Justin in college, they say. But if you compare the two right now, passer rating, this is not a defense. It just is. Fields had some better numbers, but it's all over the place. We in Chicago Bears ruin quarterbacks. It's a big issue here. So now we have a new offensive play caller, Thomas Brown. Nate Davis was cut today. And people are calling the third thing is, what do you do with Caleb Williams? That's the third subject. Do we bench him? I don't foresee him getting benched. What you think might happen. Like, looking back, I was like, silly to predict the loss in Arizona because Eberflus has not shown any success on the road. Except if you want to count the 1 win in London. Okay? 1. Every game on the road he has lost. And every road game on Sunday he has lost. With the exception of, I guess you could say, London. Now, what you have is, can this be turned around? With Caleb Williams, we'll see. Like I said, some have said his ship has sailed. Some want Tyson Bagent to come in. That will not happen unless things go really off the rails on Sunday. I didn't think, again, back to the Arizona game. Then we had, we lost last week to the New England. I didn't see that. The Commanders loss, that was just a wild game. Toss up. It could have been anyone's game, which it was anyone's game. That was just an insanity with the Hail Mary. We don't even go back there. Arizona loss was terrible. 3 kicks. Sundays, the ship was going down south fast. This was obviously the play caller, Shane Waldron, was absolutely terrible. So now what do we do next? If you're trying to save him, if you're trying to save the season, solution. We've had a lot of videos where it's so pessimistic. We have to give you the truth of what's going on in the news, but what could we do? I personally believe the O-line is still damaged. The O-line is very weak. How are you going to fix everything in 1 week? It doesn't happen. I believe things get much worse before they get better. That's what I've seen over the 30 years of this team. Things have gotten better and momentary for short periods with these Bears, but just very, very little small periods of time. There's a severe leadership issue. The rumors going around now that the Chicago Bears are afraid to get big name coaches. That is the other headline right now, because they are fearful of someone outshining ownership. It's very confusing. It's not good. So we're just going to leave that there. But there's issues from the top, friends. Big time. I mean, big. You don't fire, organizations do not fire people like we do. This is now the 10th offensive coordinator we went through in 8 years. Consistency, my friends. Consistency is a success to any business or life venture. Consistency. That we are lacking. So, what can you do? If things go off the rails, I foresee if things are changed with a new play caller, there's a chance you see something different, obviously. You'll see maybe a spark. Players may show a little more energy this Sunday. Now, but if we lose, which I believe strongly we will, it just depends on, again, how we lose. And then you have Minnesota. I believe that will be also another loss. Just because things are not looking well yet, how long will it take Caleb Williams to become more accurate and comfortable and playing just to show something of an up? We'll see what happens. Then you have Detroit. Oh, Detroit's going to be interesting because they are a machine. They are something that we haven't seen here in this division ever with Detroit. Maybe not since the Barry Sanders days. This team is dangerous. Vulnerable at times, yes. Detroit. They have their little vulnerabilities, but I believe they will beat us pretty bad. So, time will tell. We will probably leave a prediction maybe on Saturday, and we'll go from there. And that's the news, friends. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.